Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I show you a little project that I was working on in the last week, I think, and it's a fun project. I did this mostly because I like the idea, and obviously it's a microphone stand because few weeks ago I purchased a little microphone from Amazon. Not because I'm a singer or so I'm a horrible singer. I'm not a musician at all. I don't play any instrument, nothing like that. But for mainly for the sake of improving my YouTube videos a little bit, and I only had those cheap little clip-on microphones. So I did some research on the internet, and then I purchased a microphone from Amazon, like I said, and I think it's pretty good. The only bad thing about it is it comes with a little tripod stand, and the little plastic tripod stand, it is just horrible. It is so flimsy. The microphone does not really sit very stable on it. It's kind of standing only a little bit in an angle. For whatever reason, I was not able to put it straight on, so the microphone was not standing very straight on it. And this is something that I really hate for everything. I just hate when something is not standing straight, or so. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just don't like how it looks. So I came up with the idea, or let's say first I considered buying a stand for the microphone, but because, well, to be honest, they're not really expensive. But then I thought, okay, well, let's turn this into a little project. Like, let's make my own microphone stand. Let's just give it a try. I have more than enough material here in my shop. Let's give it a try. See how it ends up. And yeah, so I just gave it a shot. And I thought, so what material would look really cool for the microphone stand? And then I noticed, okay, I have quite a bunch of little walnut boards here sitting around since a while, which are not really usable, I think, because so yeah, like, I guess all woodworkers, we have lots of wood pieces, leftovers kicking around, and we have no idea what can we do with it. And most people, or I think a lot of people, just turn those little strips of wood they have into cutting boards. And but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much done with cutting boards for the next few months or so, probably for the rest of the year. So I thought, okay, let's turn this piece of wood into this microphone stand. And it's a very simple design that I came up with. I looked a little bit on the internet, what are other people doing, or how those metal stands look like. And first I thought about making something that has like it's made out of three different wood pieces, so that you can twist and turn this and tilt this in different angles. But then I thought, okay, this might be a little bit too complicated. So I kept this design as simple as possible. So it's pretty much just one straight piece of wood with a base, and then there's a second piece that looks like a little bit like a lever. And here you can see I cut the slot for it to make it, to where I can put the screw through, so that's adjustable. And I know that a lot of you guys asked in other videos about dimensions, and my response is usually I don't really have a plan. I don't really have dimensions. I just use what the wood is giving to me. So but here I want to give you a little, at least a few measurements. So the longer piece, here you can see it. So the longer piece is around 900 millimeters long, and the shorter piece is around 400 millimeters long. And that gives me a total maximum height of around, it's not because they're a little overlapping, but it's still around 1300 millimeters high, and which is quite, I noticed later, quite on the edge for at least for my height. I'm not the tallest guy, so if you're a little bit taller, then you probably wanna make those pieces a little longer. So here, yeah, here's something very cool I want to mention. I didn't really had an idea what base I could use for it to make the stand like really stable, and then I saw, okay, I have this little live edge piece standing somewhere in my shop that I want. In the past, I wanted to turn this into a cutting board. I glued a piece of maple, like a shaped piece of maple in it, and it didn't really turn out well. I had some gaps in it, so for a cutting board or charcuterie board, it was, yeah, quite unusable. But I didn't want to throw it out, so it was in my shop for yeah, quite a few weeks, if not month. And then I noticed, oh, maybe this would be a great base for this microphone stand. So I just, you can see in just a few moments, I just make a hole, like a square hole into this board. I left it mostly as it is. I only sanded the live edge off a little bit, and then yeah, it made a pretty cool base. I think even this little piece of maple that's in there makes the overall appearance even better, I think. But that's just my opinion. So I mentioned in other videos before, here I'm working on to cut this what is it, the mortise and tenon joint, and I do this by hand. And like I said in other videos, I mentioned before that if I have the chance to use hand tools, if it's not slowing me down like a lot, I prefer use hand tools. Here I use my Ryoba saw, and it was, the whole project was, even though that it's just a small project, I have to say I had so much fun with it. So here I cut off, yeah, I think is it the mortise or is it the tenon? I don't know. Maybe you can answer the question for me in the comments. So to make the joint even more stable or more tight, I make this mortise and tenon joint with some extra cuts in the, I think it's a tenon, right? Yeah, I think it's a tenon. I made two extra cuts in it so that I can glue some wood wedges in it to make the whole joint more stable. You will see this in just a few moments. And here I do the hole. I think this is the mortise. I do this by hand again. I use my a little Japanese tool, a little Japanese chisel. And this took a few moments, but like I said, whenever I have the chance to use hand tools and it's not slowing me down like a lot, I do this. And I don't work for any customers. I only do this for myself. So this really, I do not lose any time, even if it takes a little longer. But if you have ever done this by yourself, by hand, you know that it's how much fun it is to make some hand joints by yourself. And to be honest, I never really had this chance to do some hand joinery on walnut. And yeah, it's just, we all know it's such a pleasure to work with walnut. And here you see again how I oriented the clamps on my workbench. And this is, yeah, I'm not getting tired of showing why I think this type of workbench is probably one of the best designs. I made a video about it. You can check it out if you want. Okay, I think we are almost done. Like I said, it took a few moments to do this, but it was definitely worth it to do this by hand. I love it. let's make it dry fit. It already fits very tight. So probably if I would have just glued it in, it would be probably stable enough. But like I said, I wanted to improve that joint a bit, so I cut two slots here. And when I put this joint together, I put some I glue extra wood wedges in it to kind of spread the wood a little bit and to make the joint even more tight. But to be honest, I don't think that was really necessary, but I was a little bit concerned that it might not be that stable, so I did this anyway. But you can probably do it without. Of course, you need to give it a little bit of sanding, like the round edges of those boards, and it's nothing easier than do this on this little belt sander here that probably lots of you guys have anyway. Then of course some sanding, not over sanding, not too much sanding. It's not a, like I said, it's not a like a charcuterie board, and it's only for myself. It's not something that everyone is necessarily seeing, so I just give it a light sanding. But you still want to do this properly. Then round the edges a little bit. I could probably have done this with a round bit on my little hand router, but I just sanded it by myself with hand and a little bit of sandpaper. Same for the base here. So this little crack that you see, it's actually not a crack. It's just a wood defect, but it's on the bottom on the downside of the base, so nobody would see it later. Okay, here on my bandsaw, I cut these little wood wedges. They are very tiny, so I did this on the bandsaw. Now I tap in the little wedges. Like I said, I don't think they were really necessary. I was a little bit too concerned about this. All right, now I put the finish on it. I used some oil, and it's technically this oil. It's a mineral oil. It's usually for cutting boards or charcuterie boards. But what I noticed in the past, or I think maybe it's just my opinion, but I think this oil, it's also not too expensive, but it's also, I think in my opinion, it looks so much better than the other oils I usually use for furniture. Like I usually use this Minwax oil, but like I said, what I noticed even on furniture, this charcuterie board or cutting board oil, it looks so amazing on almost every type of wood. So I decided to use this for the stand as well, and I don't regret doing it. And also, yeah, like I said, the oil is not that expensive, and it looks, I really enjoyed the whole process of building this, and this finish here, it just proves me right that I made the right choice by using walnut for this. I think it looks so fantastic. I'm so happy with it. Of course, this little piece too. All right, then a few minutes later, I just wipe off the oil that is yeah, you know the process. After a while you need, or after a few minutes after you did something, applied some oil, you need to wipe off the oil that's sitting on the surface, because otherwise the surface would be feel sticky after a while. So to bring those two little wood pieces together, I only use, I think it's a metric machine screw. I think it's an M8 screw, and just you can see here just a little wing nut, and it works pretty good. I'm really happy with it. Okay, let's put the microphone on, make sure everything works. Yeah, it looks so fantastic. I'm so happy with it, and I hope that it does its trick. All right, that's it. What do you think? And as always, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.